time. You've waited through meal prep, breakfast, lunch, snack, and now the time has come for our very last meal prep mini-series episode for now. Comment below and give this video a thumbs up if you want more meal prep. Dinner! Let's start with my turkey meatballs. Now these are directly from my meal prep ebook, and this is just a base recipe so you can get creative with it. For this recipe, you will need extra lean ground turkey breast or a protein of your choice, oat flour, an egg, spinach, garlic powder, and salt and pep. Add your ingredients into a mixing bowl and mix it on up. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Now you could also swap out the spinach for any vegetables you prefer. You could add flavorings with Dijon mustard or Worcestershire sauce. This is just a base recipe, but you can run with it. I pretty much make them different every time. If you aren't looking for a meat recipe, you could always make my vegan meatballs, which I shared last week in my vegan dinners episode. Spray down a large baking dish as well as a small cookie scoop. Scoop out some of that meatball mixture and use your hands to roll it into the perfect meatball shape. Repeat until you are out of that meat mixture and you may need another baking dish. Bake in an oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. One of my favorite things to prep with these is spaghetti squash for the perfect spaghetti and meatball substitute. Now I did a video a long time ago. I'm talking third video on the channel ever long ago, where I show you how to make a spaghetti squash. So if you're curious and if you dare, go check out that old video. Don't judge me. Thumbs up if you've seen that video. You could also, of course, serve these meatballs on regular pasta or zucchini noodles, or you could even just eat them plain. They are a great on-the-go snack. Next up, my sesame salmon skewers. Now for this recipe, you will need salmon, or you could sub tofu with this exact same recipe for vegan, cut up into cubes. You will also need red onion or any vegetable that you prefer. I just love the red onion with this sauce. And for the glaze, you will need soy sauce, balsamic vinegar, sesame oil, water, coconut sugar, and salt and pep. Start by mixing your glaze ingredients in a small bowl and whisking to combine. Next, grab your skewers. Now I have cut my skewers in half so that they'll store a little more easily. This is meal prep, y'all. But you could of course keep them long if you prefer. Just remember to soak your skewers for 20 to 30 minutes in water before baking them so that they don't burn when they're in the oven. Go ahead and skewer on your salmon and onion pieces until your skewers are full, which for these minis is pretty quickly. Place a baking rack on top of a baking sheet and lay out your skewers evenly, skin side down. If you don't have a baking rack, it's no big deal, but you would definitely want to use foil and a lot of cooking spray on the pan, and you're probably going to want to flip them halfway through. Grab a basting brush and generously coat those skewers in the sesame glaze. Bake in an oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. If you do this with tofu, you will want to leave those in the oven for an extra 15 to 20 minutes. Once baked, feel free to sprinkle on a few sesame seeds for added flavor and texture. Yum! To store for the week, I like to slip these babes into a mason jar, which is why I cut them in half. You can reheat these in the microwave or enjoy them cold. Lastly, we are on to my one-pot pasta dish. For this recipe, you will need a pasta of choice. I am using brown rice spirals, olive oil, red onion, garlic, bell peppers, or whatever vegetables you prefer or have lying around, spinach, tomato, salt, and vegetable broth. And it is vegan. In a large pot over medium heat, start by adding a little bit of olive oil and then your onions, bell peppers, and garlic. Sauté until translucent. Now you can add in your spinach. Add in the entire bag, don't worry, it's gonna wilt down. Cover and allow it to sit for about 5 minutes and voila! Wilted spinach. You could also add this at the end after your pasta if you prefer. Stir and add in your tomatoes, salt, and broth. Mix well to combine, and finally you can add in your pasta. Bring to a boil, stir to submerge the pasta, and then turn down the heat to low for about 7 to 10 minutes depending on your pasta type. Stir halfway through, and boom! One pot pasta! Only one dirty dish, which makes meal prepping all the less daunting. Am I right? Thumbs up for one dirty dish. This pasta is great warm or cold as is, or with protein added in. The choice is yours. And there are your 3 easy preppable dinner options for the week. Which one's your fave? Comment below and let me know. PDF with all of these recipes and the grams is available right here or in the description box below for my mobile friends. And my meal prep ebook, which has loads of tips to teach you efficient and effective meal prepping, as well as all of my other ebooks, can be found at mindovermunch.com/ebooks. I will see you on Monday for an episode that I think a lot of you have been waiting for. Have a great weekend, eat something delicious, and tag me on Instagram or Twitter when you do. And while you're eating it, remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.